Hey there. Welcome to another dynamic episode of Innovators Impact. I'm your host, Ethan Quant. And as you know, every episode on Innovators Impact, we bring you somebody who is making waves in their industry. We bring you a thought leader, an industry professional, an expert in their field. And this episode is no different. We have a young lady who has been in the financial services industry for over 20 years in both the private and public sector. She has extensive experience in portfolio management and all of things financial services. And so I want you all to meet my guest for today, Miss Cleora Farquharson.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Cleora, how are you?
I'm perfect. And how are you?
I am doing great. I am
Awesome.
doing great.
Awesome.
Now, I got your very extensive bio from your assistant, and I have an appreciation. You and I were talking a bit about your journey off camera, but for those who may not be familiar with you, I just want you to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, so you did a great introduction. I've been in the financial services arena for over 25 years. I have extensive experience in a lot of the subject matters in financial services. Currently, I am the Vice President of Business Development and Client Relations at LENO. I'm newly minted. I only started in April of this year, 2024. And with this job, my new role, I'm responsible for establishing and executing initiatives to drive sales growth, make sure we have a robust client services platform, not just in the Bahamas, but we're looking to go the Bahamas and beyond.
Awesome. So now, as I want to get an appreciation because I don't know, when you were 5 years old running around and this is what you wanted to be when you grew up. But I want to get an appreciation of your journey. How do you go from, little Cleora in the backyard playing
Right.
to Vice President of Business Development and Client Relations for easily one of the top financial services companies in the country?
Right. And of course, for most Bahamians, the primary, your primary goal that you wanted to do when you grew up wasn't necessarily finances. It was always your parents were like a lawyer, or a doctor. But I found that especially with medicine, I didn't like blood. I found that kind of later on. And so then I thought about, you saw this articles and TV shows with stock trades, and buy, sell, buy, sell. Of course, when I finished my degree, I came home, we're disappointed because we don't have that huge buy and sell market in the Bahamas. So I found myself, like I said, I had a scholarship from the government, so I worked in finance, and then I moved steadily on. I went to Securities Commission, and then, of course, some of the bigger brokerage houses, and now I'm at LENO. And to be honest, being a female in the financial services, it takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication. Sometimes you have to actually work twice as hard for your male counterpart. Of course, we know a lot of persons don't like to address it, but it's a fact that males and females they paid less for the same amount of for the same service.
What would you say, or how has the markets evolved from when you first came to now?
Right. So I think what's really happened is there's a greater appreciation, learning initiatives in terms of people managing the money. I think one of the things about our history was, in terms of money, it was never a topic that was discussed. And for most persons, the money went under the mattress. So we moved along from taking to the mattress, putting it into the bank, and then moving it into brokerage houses, such as ourselves and our competitors. And then also from that, you have these companies like LENO, that's Bahamian owned, and some of our counterparts, they've done what they had to do to develop the capital markets. So like I said, when I first came there was just a couple of companies on BISIX, and that grew. And we have a lot more entrepreneurship in the Bahamas, and that led to people and companies wanting to raise capital. And of course, all of that meshed together is what caused our great development in our local capital market.
Interesting. Now, I like to watch a good financial movie. I like to
Right.
watch things, but even outside of Hollywood, you see all the time on social media, on the news, about these businesses that are having these different rounds of funding and raising
Right.
capital and stuff like that. Is that something that entrepreneurs can tap into here, or I mean, because you mentioned about being the capital markets, but what I mean, really, what are they, and like, who is it for, and who can benefit from it?
You brought up a great point as well. And unfortunately, in the country, what I find is while I think we could develop more entrepreneurs, the greatest challenge they have is capital, right? It's sad for most persons is they can actually go in the bank and get a loan for a car or consumer loan before they would give them a loan for a business. And then, and the challenge too is when they come to a brokerage house, it's very expensive in terms of raising capital for them. So you'd find like most brokerage houses like ourselves, we do it for more corporate clients than individuals. And this is where the government launched, of course, SBDC and the venture fund, those type of entities, specifically for the entrepreneurs. But like I said, for our services and our competitors, it's more for the institutional clients that we raise capital for.
Interesting. So let's talk a little bit more about LENO and really what is it? I know the company started as Bahamian owned. It started back in 2010. I also know that you guys are building this massive $25 million corporate headquarters there right off of Collins Avenue, overlooking the harbor.
Right.
I have to get a tour of that.
You have to. You have to.
But what exactly is LENO?
So LENO currently, like you said, we are headquartered right now in Bernard Road. But like you said, we are developing $25 million, $50,000, 50 meter square building on Collins Avenue. And that really is a testament to the growth, aggressive growth that LENO has been a part of. We started in 2010 with about 4 employees. Now we have about 40 employees. Over the years, I don't know if you followed some of the milestone of LENO. In 2019, early part, we purchased the book of business at $80 million from Family Guardian, their investment book of business. And then later on that year, we purchased the trust business from the Bank of the Bahamas. That was $100 million, a little over $100 million. And that pushed LENO's assets to just under $1 billion. So, like you mentioned, it gives you goosebumps, like you said, because you have a Bahamian-owned company, fully staffed with Bahamians, and they are making a mark, not just in the Bahamas, but, it's my intention to take it regionally and then globally. Welcome.
Hey, Cleora.
How are you, Ethan?
I'm good.
Welcome to LENO Group of Companies.
So this is LENO Group of Companies.
Yes,
so this is where all the money is
This
made.
is where all the action happens.
Right here.
Yes.
But not for long.
No, not for long. We've been here from 2010, but we're looking to move into our new location on Collins Avenue, 5-store building, 50,000 square feet. We're looking to move in February of 2025.
Awesome.
Yes.
Oh, that's right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
And so from here, about how many team members y'all have here?
Currently, we have just under 40 team members.
40 team members. So the plan is to add additional team members when you're on board?
Well, we are expecting significant growth. And of course, that's what's going to come with growth, more staff members.
Awesome. So this is where the magic happens. Now, I see LENO Group of Companies. What all companies fall under the group?
So currently there's 3 arms. It's LENO Corporate Services. We do the financial services end. We have LENO Trust. They do trust and fiduciary services. And we also have, what most persons realize, that we have a real estate arm too, LENO Realty.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's actually like y'all buy and sell real estate? Or?
Correct. Buy, sell real estate. We develop buildings, etc. Whatever you need in the real estate realm, we're able to do that for you.
Awesome. And so since y'all have all that stuff going on now, you as VP of Business Development and Client Relations, like, are y'all looking to expand in new areas of business as well? Currently,
LENO, what most persons don't realize, has the most financial services offered of any of our competitors. We do all the financial services, like I said, in addition to trust and real estate. We are looking to expand more so in the Caribbean and internationally. That's our next goal.
As far as your mandate as business development manager, what does this move mean to you specifically? Because of course, you're moving into a bigger complex. It's a $25 million complex. But what does this mean for you in terms of business development? And how does this better put you in a better position to actually accomplish some of the goals that you have?
Even though it might not seem the best to say, people are very visual. And the new building really is a statement piece. The new building, like I said, it's 50,000 square feet. It's overlooking the ocean. And our aim now is to push more of our international products and trust services and fiduciary services. We have a premier wealth account. So when you look at those types of services, both local and internationally, that building or this building speaks to that, right? I think a lot of our clients will also be very engaged, very much so, wanting to come to the new office space. I think the word in the Bahamas is tangsy, right? So it will give them a great opportunity to see. And we're very proud because, like I say, it's you see those fantastic offices for offshore banks. It would now mean that a fully Bahamian company such as LENO is now in that realm. We have a beautiful building. It's fully Bahamian owned, fully staffed, and we're able to just not expand our services locally, but we're able to also bring our international clientele to our offices in Nassau and be proud of it.
I mean, but even further to that point, like a lot of the offshore banks, they rent these fancy offices.
Exactly.
You all decided to go and build.
Yes.
Is that reflective of the sort of philosophy of LENO to do things? 'Cause I mean, I'm sure you employed Bahamian contractors. You have so like, is that a testament to LENO's commitment to the Bahamas?
That's exactly right. It's our testament to our corporate responsibility. Our roots are here. Our roots are here, and that building, even though it's LENO's building, it's a testament to the local market, what a Bahamian can do, and what the average Bahamian affords LENO to do. So it's something, a building in its sense, but it's actually something for the young men and women to strive for. They can look up at the executives, the persons, the owners, Sean Longley, and say, one day I'd like to be that person. I'd like to own a $50,000 square foot. And by us doing it, it's achievable. It's very tangible.
Now, I'm sure that didn't come with challenges,
of course.
Right? And so can you share a little bit about some of the challenges that you guys may have had even getting to that? And I appreciate, that you are relatively new in your role.
Right.
But, what are some of the challenges that you met in the role that you're now addressing that this new amazing jewel of a building would put you in a better position to address?
Right. And even getting back to the challenges of building, this was in place prior to COVID. And of course, all of these different nuances caused delays, et cetera, delays in building supplies, et cetera. But, moving forward, 2025 is a testament to where we've become. It signifies growth. And like I said, the new building, in terms of my role, it will actually, like I said, it would make it easier, make my role easier. Because like I said, at the end of the day, if I'm speaking money and wealth, this is a testament. People want to see that. So, like I said, for me and my role as Vice President of Business Development, this building, the testament to our growth, will actually make, my story and, being relatable to say, this is where we were and this is what we've become. If you want to be that successful, you want to join that financial journey with us, let's be that bridge to take you where you need to be.
At Lifestyles Digital Media Group, we specialize in creating compelling corporate content that enhances your internal and external communication efforts.
Our clients come from a cross-section of industries such as banking and finance, healthcare, insurance, and many more.
At Lifestyles Digital Media Group, excellence is the standard.
Our highly skilled and passionate team knows how to produce content that will resonate with your audience and significantly boost engagement rates.
Let us help you tell your story, connect with your audience, and achieve your business goals.
The team here at Lifestyles Digital Media Group would love to help you get seen, be heard, and make an impact. What would you say? And I mean, I do appreciate the vision that you have for LENO. But what would you say is easily the biggest challenge in accomplishing that right now?
I think one of the biggest challenges is for us in the Bahamas, it's a mindset of investing, because of course our primary business is providing mutual funds, investment options, et cetera. So like I said, it's taken a while for the Bahamian market to realize that, why don't you make your money work harder for you? And one of the things that I find also too as a challenge is we have a very low financial literacy rate in this country. So, and as much as I love to do sales and bring in business, I'm just as passionate about teaching the average Bahamian to save, to budget, to reduce your expenses. Then you identify savings and then bring those monies to us to invest. And like I said, I up and down all day, I welcome the opportunity. I love teaching people about that, because like you said, one of the biggest challenges for us in the market is, while we do have clients that are at that point, we have a lot more that aren't. And we want to be able for them to share in that growth in the market, in the capital market development.
What are some of the channels or avenues that you guys are utilizing, if any, right now to educate the market?
Right. So right now we are on a big push. I'm going to be honest with you. I worked at some of the other financial houses, and we talked about this too. LENO is it's younger, and its presence isn't as it should be. And that is what my role is going to be. So currently, actually, we are redesigning our website as we speak. We're also increasing our brand awareness. We have the series on LinkedIn that talks about Meet the Team. We spend, like I said, our money on our website. We are looking at all of our social media platforms and making sure that our content is out there so people are able to see, LENO is here, LENO is there. We also developed a lot. We're also developing a lot of our internal communication using AIs like Canva and ChatGPT to make sure that our current clients know that we are at the forefront of, providing market insight and information, so they know that we are the go-to company. So we're competing as much as we can because we don't have a big budget like our counterparts, but what we do have, we're trying to make that work extensively for us to raise our brand awareness and identity in the market.
That's interesting that you say that, because really, as corporate content specialists, our team here at Lifestyles, like literally this is what we specialize in, right? And we work with companies all the time who are in a similar scenario as you. Is like they aren't getting the brand recognition that they deserve or that they could be. And we really sit down and work with them on how to increase brand awareness by just simply telling your story.
Correct.
Right? Like, you talk about your passion for education. Literally, we could develop a educational series.
Right.
That could be a 60 or 90-second series that you run out. And so, one, you're getting awesome content.
Right.
Two, you're also educating and adding value to the market, because now then when they do come to, and you're raising the brand awareness of the company, but now when this consumer sees that, not only will they know the name, but they will also be in a better position because they're better educated when they come to you, right? And so I'm so glad, and it's so refreshing to know that you and your team there at LENO are so forward thinking on how you can utilize social media and content really to drive business.
Right. I think what most persons don't realize is, especially post-COVID, that social platform evolution is crucial for businesses if they want to be relevant, if they want to drive sales to their company. It's a given. And if for those companies that embrace it, they're going to be rewarded with sales and presence. For those that don't, they'll fall behind in the market.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you 120%. Like that is literally what our business is. That's our core business. So what was it like? Like you said, you came in on, you came in April, right? What would you say? I'm interested in knowing that first 7 days, right? Like you were there, you made the decision. Like, well, I mean, even before that, what ultimately led to you deciding to come on and join LENO? Like, what did Longley tell you, or what conversations did y'all have that you could leave one for the next, and really, I mean, really take on this charge?
It's because I came from a bigger to a smaller. I think the challenge of growth and development of an entity is what excites me right now. I can say in the first 7 days, it was a shock because, you're used to a certain and it's not visible. So what I had to do is create it, right? Like I said, I had to go through the first week after the shock. Amen. I realized what's needed and I pulled up my sleeves and started to go. And I'm not going to stop until we get to that point where, like I mentioned before, LENO is a household name.
And I like how you described it as far as, from the students coming in and doing the internships to the retirement planning to, getting funding. I mean, what would you say right now is your core business? Like, what was LENO built on? And how are you actively working to diversify
Right.
that so that you can encompass all these different
Right.
components?
So when LENO did start out, they started out, like I said, was a small grouping, and they primarily had just mutual funds, college savings plan, and an individual retirement account. Then it expanded into when they bought those different entities. That automatically gave them a client base, as well as with the book of business from Family Guardian, we got some of their mutual funds as well. So it was like an automatic expansion into different services. And then even more so, and I don't know if people realize that LENO, even though it's the new kid on the block, it provides more financial services than any of our competitors, our big brothers, because not only they do the regular, like say, mutual funds, individual retirement accounts, group plans, they also, like I said, they outsource payroll and accounting services. We have a trust arm that we, like I said, we purchased from Bank of the Bahamas, and we also have a real estate arm as well. So, like I said, LENO, even though it's new, it has done such an impressive expansion in such a short period of time. And there's still more to come. I wish I could say some more, but I can't. You just have to keep watching us.
Yeah. I hear that. So let's kind of, one of the things that I do like about LENO is the fact that, your corporate social responsibility, the LENO Foundation is doing amazing work.
Right.
I saw I think it was LENO Leaps, where you guys really go into the schools, bring your interns in.
Yes.
Why do you think companies should spend more time focused on corporate social responsibility in general?
Something, I think at the end of the day, that should be a given, because, I feel you live and you work in these communities, you should develop it. Because at the end of the day, when you are, bringing these educational programs to the students and they see LENO, they'll be more inclined to manage their monies better. And then at the end of the day, they're helping the country to grow, and then they're gonna, and hopefully coming back, when they come back home, bring some of that business back to your organization. But like I said, corporate responsibility should be the forefront of any organization that operates and works in the Bahamas. It's just a given for me.
All right, so Cleora, if somebody wants to get in contact with you, because
Right.
you put it out there, you said your office is always open.
Always open, always open.
And so if somebody wants to get in contact with you, where would they be able to reach you
So
at?
currently our offices are on second floor of Pineapple Place on Bernard Road. Our website is www.lenobahamas.com. But I always tell persons, and this is my testament to customer service, they can call me on my cell phone, 824-6144.
Well, folks, there you have it. She gave you all the numbers.
All the digits.
All the digits. So she's committed to really honor. So it's almost like this is a personal mission of yours.
Personal
as well.
mission, my passion.
That's interesting, because that is true alignment, and I think Longley must be smiling from ear to ear, because, as somebody who, leads a team, who has a vision as well, it's so refreshing to have team members whose personal vision and goals aligns with that of the organization.
Yes.
All right, guys, there you have it. We just wrapped up this amazing episode with Ms. Cleora Farquharson. She is the VP of Business Development and Client Relations there at LENO, and I enjoyed it. So please, if you know somebody who can benefit from the information that we shared in this episode, share it, like it, and leave a comment. And until next time, thanks for your attention.